I'm Christina and this is my hand-controlled Nissan S13. Growing up, I didn't have any passions in fact, I actually envied people that were passionate about like wakeboarding or netball or basketball, because I come from the Riverland in South Australia, so it's a very rural country town, and everyone in that district all play sports. I think my sister and I were the only girls that didn't play netball or basketball. So I grew up envying it, but I didn't want to do it. I just didn't want to participate. I did play soccer because I was forced to in year 11 because the girls needed more numbers. So I did play, but I actually got best and fairest my first year, and I still just didn't have any interest to follow it. Then I was, I believe, 18 or 19, and I got on the back of a dirt bike and I loved it. And I was like, I need to get a dirt bike. So I actually bought a dirt bike a few weeks later after my first time on a dirt bike. Got a CR85 two-stroke, fully obsessed over it, started riding like 3 times a week. I was the slowest learner, but I didn't care. I just wanted the seat time. So I'd go out 3 times a week. I'd go to Gilman Motorcross track. I'd get there before anyone else. The track was still being prepped when I would rock up, and I'd wait, get my bike ready. I'd go through a whole 10-litre jerry can, just ride all day, be the last one to leave. Started racing when I wasn't even ready to. I just wanted that seat time. I finally found a sport or a passion. So I fully obsessed with it. I felt like I had 19 years to catch up. Went from motocross to doing freestyle motocross, which is jumping a metal ramp with a distance of about 55 foot. So it's a 17-meter gap to a dirt lander. So I started doing that for a couple of years. Actually had a back injury, overjumped, compressed fractured T6 and 7, nearly paralyzed myself then. So I actually stopped doing freestyle motocross, and I was in a very bad mental state. Like I don't really know what depression is, but I believe I was depressed. I was crying all the time. I was not happy. So I was like, I need to get back on the bike. I need to do something that makes me feel happy. So I got back on the bike, and my dad and I actually had this conversation, because he said to me, he's like, what if you end up in a wheelchair? And I was just like, I don't care. I need to do what makes me happy. And I got back on the bike, started riding again for 6 months. And I went to a track that I've actually learned to hit ramps at, but this time I jumped a jump I'd never hit before. I didn't feel comfortable to actually hit the jump, and I still did. And it didn't obviously go to plan. Basically paralyzed myself from T5. Coming short on the jump, I bounced next to my bike, landed on my head. My butt came back and hit my head. The people that were watching, my twin sister was one of them that could hear and see that happen. They heard my back break. Got knocked out for about 5 minutes, she reckons. They thought I was dead because I wasn't like waking up. I fractured ribs, fractured my skull, tore my spleen. I was very fortunate, I guess, to have the parents that I had, because I had a Greek dad that just repeated himself 24/7, which apple hasn't fallen far from the tree there. But he would constantly remind us of basically the glass half full. And he would constantly remind us when we would go shopping, like, you know, we're so lucky that we're able to go to a supermarket, we're able to fill up a trolley and go home. Just simple things like that, he would just instill into us, and that we're always lucky, we're always lucky, we're always so lucky to have this stuff. Dad always said, like, it doesn't matter what you have or what your situation is. It was always about like the memories you can create and what you can give to others. Like, that was what was really important. So when the accident happened and I woke up in hospital, it was very obvious to me, this is my opportunity to not follow the conditioned way. And I'm my own human, I have my own brain, and I can decide to do whatever I want. And I'm just gonna make this the best thing that ever happened to me, and that the injury was gonna be a good thing. And I feel like with mental health especially, things snowball. with my injury, I really, like that was, you know, that stuff used to play in my head, and I used to remember thinking like, you know, if I struggle with one thing or if something's a little bit harder, don't let that stop me from trying something else or doing something else. And having that mindset, I feel like really helped me just end up having tunnel vision on only things that I could do. I got so busy doing things that I could do and having so much fun that I actually forgot about everything that I can't do. So in 2020, right as COVID hit, I tried drifting for the first time and fell in love. As soon as I went around the first corner, I was just like, oh my God, I just found something that replicated the feeling that I got that the dirt bikes got me, which I honestly did not believe that would happen. When you're jumping like 10 meters in the sky, it's another level of adrenaline, but drifting gave that same spark. So by the first corner, I was like, oh my God, I just came here for fun, not realizing that I just fell in love. Bought this car 2 weeks later. I didn't even know what a Nissan S13 was. I had no idea what was like normal or what I should be getting as a drift car. So I was relying on all the guys that I met previously at the first drift event to guide me in the right direction. And they all agreed that a LS1 with a light chassis of a S13, for example, would be perfect for someone like myself that can't clutch dump. Bought it in Tassie as a rolling shell. So it didn't even have a roll cage, nothing, no gearbox, no driveline. Took about a year before we could bring it over to the mainland. Then we took it to Dean Rossiter's in Griffith, New South Wales, where it stayed for about 3.5 years because I didn't realise how expensive cars were to build. And we basically did everything. Dean built the whole engine, so we got it machined at Roberto's Engine Works. So the guy that I bought the engine from machined it all, freshened it all up. Dean put the engine all back together with new pistons, everything freshened. Got the Turbo 400 from Tasmania, and yeah, basically just built everything from scratch there. With this throttle on my hand, it's a Bluetooth satellite hand control. This operates as my foot pedal. It's drive-by-wire. I've got the Haltech running this car. This has just freshly been put in. Got a full cage in it. We've got the whole Raceworks fuel system in the back. We had Tiana from Tiana Creative design this amazing livery. So now the car is very pretty and I'm so proud of it. So thank you, Tiana. It's just fun. I love this car. It's awesome. Okay, so upgrade we did in this is obviously the new Chimera roll cage. The old one came down here, so trying to get my leg in was not practical. So we've got the new Chimera roll cage, which has made it easier. I've got a foot plate that basically just holds my feet. So as I'm drifting, my feet aren't pretzeling. Like I've come back from the track and they've all crossed up. We even have a little bar right here underneath my knees, and it has a strap just to tie my legs up because yeah, going side to side constantly, it would make my feet eventually fall out. I've got an NRG quick release steering wheel. That's just to make it easier getting in and out the car, so I've got more space. I've got a 3-speed automatic just because I can't use the clutch. So we've got the Turbo 400 in here. You just bang it into gears. The handbrake is a dual action handbrake. It's not actually activated at the moment, so there's nothing on the handbrake, but that used to do the handbrake. We pulled it out because it kept stalling the car. So I just used the front brake. We've got the Wheelwood master cylinder and a brake booster just to help with my braking. And we've got the new 10-inch Haltech dash, which I'm obsessed over. It's so big and I love it. We've got a 3D printed cluster in it, so it looks nice and neat. So to start out, we've got some fly to jet buttons up here, which is cool. We've got the ignition switch that we turn on. We turn this switch on, let the ECU load. Then once that's on, you press the big red button here, switches the engine on. To turn the hand controls on, I have a on-off switch button here. press a button here and press a button here, and that activates the hand controls. I've got some new Raceworks 4-point harnesses, purple, of course, that's my favorite color if you haven't picked up on that yet. Got the ECU and the computer, all the wiring here near the dash. Driving this car just gives me so much happiness. It's the most normal feeling I have when I'm behind the wheel. With my disability, I don't feel like I'm limited while I'm driving. I get to go out there with my mates and I feel like I'm not in like a separate class or I'm at a disadvantage. Although trying to do everything with my hands at once technically is, I don't feel it, and I have so much enjoyment out of it, just like the bike gave me. And it's just such a freeing moment. I get all my adrenaline rush from moments where I see myself progressing, and I just get addicted to that feeling of trying something new or going that little bit faster. So this whole journey so far has been amazing, and I can't wait to see where we go this year with it. I realized quite early on from my injury that only I had the responsibility and pen to write the story that I wanted. I didn't care about limitations or opinions or anything like that. I just knew as long as I was going to follow something that made me genuinely happy and kept to my authentic self, that everything will just work out. And it honestly doesn't, because even when things feel like that not working out, for example, like I wanted to get back on the bike, my goal was maybe to do a backflip, and now looking at my life now, it's like, it's crazy where the trajectory just went a completely other direction into a car seat, but I'm somehow living the life that deep down I enjoy and love, and I'm able to go to car shows and have fun. And it wasn't exactly where I thought I'd go, but that's okay. You don't always end up where you think you're gonna go, as long as you keep doing what you enjoy and being your authentic self, and just don't listen to the outside noise. Only follow and look up to people that are doing something that you would want to do. Anything else is just a distraction, and don't take life too seriously. We're literally only here once. Just enjoy it and spread the love. So my first bone I ever broke was my back, and I couldn't even get a cast. Actually, this is probably a cast, hey Anna. Yeah, this is the cast. My cast is the wheelchair. And instead of people signing my arm, it's stickers. Okay.